Hello, lovely ladies. It's Keri here. I'm so thrilled that you're here. I'm so excited to talk to you today because I feel like this conversation that we're about to have will make a huge difference in your life and have you see things newly about yourself and your life. I feel confident about that because it's made that difference for me. And I know that we are a reflection of each other. So, I want to talk about listening to what you need. A lot of times as women, wow, I just feel like we don't listen to what we need. We don't listen to what our body tells us that we need. We don't listen to what our mind tells us that we need. We just don't listen. We have schedules, we have purpose, we have busy lives, we have families, we have jobs, we have whatever it is that we have. We tend to, and we are amazing at tending to all of these things in our lives, right? I know that if you're listening to this, you are a high performer. So, why this conversation is so impactful, because I think there is so much we're not listening to. And I'll share with you what I realized this morning. I finally came to terms with that I don't listen to what I need. So typically, I feel like I have very high self worth and self confidence, and I take care of myself. I do so much self care. But what I'm talking about today is beyond that. So I want to share with you a little bit about my morning and what I realized. So this morning, I did what I normally do. I woke up before my family. I did my meditation. I did my workout like I always do. I came upstairs. Ken got off to work and I got Stella ready for camp and she was out the door and I sat at my computer like I always do. And I was starting to work, just check my email and do some things before I showered and ate breakfast. And I took a moment and I had this thought in the back of my head. And the thought was, by the way, it's kind of a dreary, drizzling day in Denver today. So I had this thought in the back of my head. I watched this great movie last night and I didn't finish it because I wanted to go to bed. And there were 30 minutes left on the movie. And I had this little voice in the back of my head that said, finish the movie. And I was almost appalled at myself. Finish the movie. What are you even talking about? We don't do things like that. We're not those people. We don't sit on the couch in the middle of the day and watch a show. And I started looking at my email again and it said it louder. Finish the movie. And I thought, why would I finish the movie? I have things on my to-do list. I need to get things accomplished, et cetera, et cetera. But I decided to give in. I have never in my lifetime started my day by watching a show. Not even on the weekends, people. I don't do that. I reserve to watching things at night. But I was like, well, what if I did just listen to what my mind, my body was telling me to do? So I was like, you know what? It's 30 minutes. And I sat on my couch and I cuddled with my dog and I finished this movie. And I realized I was supposed to finish this movie this morning. I wasn't supposed to finish it tonight. And I was going to disregard what my intuition was telling me because I'm driven, I'm hardworking, I am an accomplisher, I'm a high performer. And that is what normally drives the car, so to speak, in my life. But being that way, although has you accomplish results in life, it's not all of who we are. And how often in life do we not honor all of who we are? We don't honor that soft voice that says, I need 30 minutes. Give me 30 minutes. So I sat down, I cuddled on the couch with my dog. I watched the rest of this movie. And while I was watching this movie, I was aware of my body and my thoughts. And my body told me, thank you. I heard this whisper from deep within me. Thank you. Thank you for honoring me this morning. Oh, it makes me want to cry right now thinking of it. It really made me want to cry. Like, oh my gosh, how often do I not listen to what I need and I don't honor myself because I think some other way of being is more important than what myself, big S self, is needing from me right then. It takes so much in life to operate at those high levels of being and having high goals and vibrating at a high frequency. It takes so much. So when our bodies, our big selves are saying, hey, take a 30-minute break, I think it's time to listen. I think it's time to stop being so driven, to stop thinking something's more important than what you are telling yourself that you need. See, in the grand scheme of life, I would have never done that. I would have disregarded it. I would have gone on with my day. And what was so important? Getting an email out, getting a newsletter out, getting a call in. See, here's what happened. As I sat on my couch and nurtured myself, I fell in love with myself and I had gratitude for that. I listened to what I needed. And then when the movie was over, by the way, the ending of the movie put me in such a high vibe state and it bursted open my heart for today, which I think anything that can open up your heart a little more day to day is valuable beyond measure. And then I shut off the TV. I went and took my shower, got ready, had breakfast. And you know what? I still was ready to start my day at the exact time that I always do, which is so funny and ironic, right? But the universe is always providing for you. So when you listen and you acknowledge what you need, what yourself is telling you, or what God's leading you, or the universe is leading you to, things become more flowy. That's what I'm all about, is the time of like grinding something out, making something happen, forcing an outcome. That time is over for me. I hope it's over for you too, because life is better. Life is juicier. Your results are more extraordinary and will go through the roof when you listen to that still small voice inside of you telling you what you need and you give it to her. You give it to her. You don't question it. You don't say, yeah, but I have work to do. It's 30 minutes. How can you spend time today? As you're listening to this, I want you to think of this. How can you spend time today or tomorrow and listen to what yourself is trying to tell you that it needs and honoring it? Taking those minutes and honoring it, embracing it, loving it, you will get that time back in spades. You will be so much more accomplished. You'll be in the flow. And most importantly, you know what I love about the flow is life just gets easier. Life doesn't have to be hard. And when we're grinding it out and forcing an outcome, life is hard. So, one thing I've been really practicing, and I invite you to practice with me, is taking a step back and being in the flow. And how that looks for me is if I'm working on a project in my office and it's not going well, things aren't happening the way that I would like, or I don't know, I'm not getting the inspiration I need, or what have you, stop. So I've been training myself to just stop, go for a walk, change the scenery, listen to a great song, and then I'm ready to come back in full force. And it doesn't have to take an hour. But you know, when you're in the flow and things are just easy, you can do the same amount of work in half the time. What is that statistic people say about people that go work for other companies? They go to the office 8 hours a day and they actually work too, which I have found to be true about employees that I've hired. So if you're in the flow and you're doing it for the love of doing it, things go faster and there's way more ease in your life. And the most important thing I can tell you that I got from today is that honoring, that true, deep gratitude and honoring of myself that happened, which was pure magic. Pure, pure, pure magic. Not only telling myself that I love you, but showing myself that I love you. So I would love to hear your thoughts. I would love to hear how this impacts you. And if you like this podcast, if it makes a difference for you, if you enjoy listening to it, could you please subscribe and give us a 5-star rating and tell your friends about it? Because I think that we can make a huge difference, not only for ourselves, but the people in our lives through having a empowering mindset. Um, and I hope to be just one contribution in your life in that regard. And as a thank you to you, I have this month is my birthday month. If you're listening to this in the month of August, and I've opened up my calendar for 5 spots. The first 5 people that reach out to me and say next level. So you can email me at admin@IamKeriBlair.com, or you can catch me on socials and write next level. You can be one of the first people to get on my calendar, and we will take you and your life to the next level. I look forward to talking to you soon. I hope you have the most amazing, magical, high vibe day and have a blessed day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.